And we're back! Riley, get out of my way. I gotta go fight more people.
You're impeding my abilities to defeat the baddies.
The evils. Evil!
Fucking mermaid man.
I'm so glad you caught that immediately.
Graveler.
Evil! So wait, if we don't fight the Medell battle form, we don't get to see him at all fighting?
Correct.
Well, that's lame. I want to fight with Riley. Let's do a double battle.
Fuck that, dude. I don't want both Pokemon to decide to hit our Pokemon instead.
Well, that's true.
Because he fights with I don't know what he uses. I would imagine he has like a fucking Lucario or something.
Oh, dude, that's another quick level. Let's go, Trinity.
In fact, I can just tell you what he has.
Air Cutter. Do we want Air Cutter? Let's find out what Air Cutter is.
I feel like it's
Air Cutter is shitty.
high crit ratio.
Power of 55 though.
So it has a high chance of being like an 80 power move.
Yeah, and I don't
Sorry,
want to get rid of Wing Attack
way
for
better.
it. Yeah, Wing Attack's better because it's 100%.
Yeah.
I'm definitely of the opinion that moves that don't have any chance of missing are better than moves that do.
Yes.
Unless there's except for like
Would you
Razor
like to
Leaf.
not give up on it?
Give up on it. Would you like to not do the yes? Do the no, then the yes, please.
So, Riley has a level 41 Lucario.
41?
Yeah.
Maybe we should start battling with Riley.
Okay, the reason I don't want to is the double battle. They're going to want to target our Pokemon. They're leveled lower, and
oh, I guess you're right. Like we would be the
Lucario
targets.
is resistant to like 9 things or 8 things.
Well, that's because Steel typing is the bomb diggity, dude.
Yeah. So
okay, that's fair.
I say we shy away from it just because there's no reason.
I'm not gonna shy away from it, but I am going to some other emotion. What, like, why is it shy away? Can I just be like alert away?
Run away. I'm going to flee.
Flee away. I'm going to flee bottom.
Oh, I was just about to say that, and let's not talk about spoilers for Game of Thrones.
Oh, dude,
until we're done recording.
Did you watch the episode though?
Yeah, and Mike shared with me his displeasure.
Oh, dude, so much shit. So we could talk about the logistics of Game of Thrones spoilers though, because we're not actually.
Well, I think though, as most as I would want to talk about is that basically, I don't know if I want to bother reading the books until the show's over.
Yeah, so you don't get like confused and like disoriented by the differences.
Or minimally, I think that if I watch the show ahead of reading the books, I think that I can read books that have been covered. So like if I read the first like 3 books, I think I'm good for the most part.
Yeah, and to be fair, through the first 3, there aren't really that many departures. Like the departures are small, like The Departed is not there. It's just
Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon don't show up in the first 3 books.
Which was confusing. That then they're like major characters after that.
Yeah.
People are gonna be so mad at us if they hadn't watched Game of Thrones and then started to watch it because they thought that those guys would actually show up.
Oh shit! This must be like that True Detective show where they just get like random actors involved.
Yeah, we'll just send out Type Advantage. I don't care to do the math.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who I'd like to level up next, and I'm just like, Titan isn't gonna level anytime soon. Might as well get him in on any of these Machokes. Dude,
Machoke's a little handsy there.
Machoke, he's like looking.
He like gripped a ball sack there when he came out.
He's actually fondling someone's invisible junk behind him.
Like look at like his right hand is stroking the shaft, and his left hand is cupping the balls.
His left hand's giving him the old giving the other guy a reach around.
A monster dick is just going over his chin, and he's reaching back and grabbing the sack.
You know, when you use both hands, we call that the old butter churn.
Churn the butter. Sometimes you just gotta churn the butter.
See, if the hand is normal upright, it's normal hand job. If it's upside down, it's Western hand job. If you use both hands, it's butter churn. If you use both hands but invert them, it's the Western butter churn.
Why is it Western? Because we're Westerners and we do it.
No, we're Midwesterners.
Yeah, but the West is all of the Americas.
Oh, the West is in like the people.
I was like,
the
so
Western
the
world.
normal way is like the Far East.
No, the idea
the
is
Far
like,
East movement.
I guess maybe it doesn't have to be Western. I don't know why it was called the Western originally. It could be called the Australian because it's down under. That would make sense to me.
Oh, and like toilets flush the other way.
That is not true. That was one of those things that I felt like I watched that Simpsons episode. I was like, that's so cool. And then like it wasn't until like 10 years later that I found out that's complete bullshit.
Did you go to Australia and flush a toilet to find out?
No, I just like someone said something
I have to
about
know.
it. It was like when the internet was like finally like when the internet started to spoil things for me from my childhood. That was when I knew that like there's a lot of things that were full of shit. Like
also,
I wasn't.
it's like you just once you're on the internet and you know, like once it was available and you knew its capabilities, it's like, well, time to fact check all this shit I've thought for my whole life.
Exactly. It's like, speaking of which, topically, while we're playing a Pokemon game, all of the things that came up when we were kids of Gen 1 about how to get Mew, pushing that fucking truck with the SSN, and how you had to have like a level 100 Rhydon to do it, or like a level 100 Nidoking.
There was like making Mewtwo cry at the truck, and
yeah, like all this shit, and like everyone who was anyone heard 10 different ways from their friends. Oh, I heard this totally worked. I heard this totally worked. And like back then, there was no way to fact check. We didn't have the internet. We just assumed that our friends heard true, so we all tried to do it, and we all got disappointed.
Wasn't it like once you get cut, the boat goes away?
No. Yes. Well, see, now the way it works is, once you get cut, the boat goes away. But if you get killed on the SSN, then the boat is still there because you get sent, like you get transported back to the Pokemon Center.
Right. And that so, I remember that was the way around it. That was part of the trick, was like, oh, yeah, you get cut and then you faint and then you leave and you come back when you have the necessary requirements, and that's how you can go to the truck.
Right. And then once you have surf, you can surf. And the SSN is still there, so you can get into that area, and you can surf off the balcony or the pier, and there is a truck. And that was the thing that like boggled everyone's minds. The truck itself was the Easter egg, but instead, all these kids
that sprite was nowhere else in the game. So it's like, why the fuck is this here?
Yeah. So like, but that was the problem, is that then once you see something like that, kids are gonna just turn it into, oh well, I heard from my older brother that if you cry at it 10 times with a level 100 Mewtwo, that you have to level up. You can't use rare candies.
Yeah, stupid kids. Why are there so many, like, fucking pathological liars that are children? Like, I don't know how many friends I had in, like, middle school and elementary school that swore up and down that they or a relative... And it's, like, across the board. It's not, like, it's not specifically catered to my life. This happened everywhere, that people, like, specifically mentioned relatives who did this.
Right.
We're like, oh, yeah, you can totally play as Luigi in Super Mario or Super Mario 64 if you run around the star fountain 120 times.
I think part of it is, honestly, because when we were kids, like I said, no one knew what was true and what wasn't. There's no way to fight these two.
No. You can go above. You can go above the one on the left.
Aha! Look at you.
Yeah, these are the guys that I was worried about.
Okay, yeah, these are the ace trainers that are scary.
Quagsire first?
Well, hopefully. We'll find out.
No, whatever.
Whatever, we're all going to be dead.
We're all dead anyhow. But yeah, like, it was so many games. Like, I remember one kid tell me, he was like, oh, yeah, you can get, like, Lara Croft naked in, like, the first Tomb Raider or the second Tomb Raider.
Who would even want to see that, dude? They were like 3 pixels.
A fucking, like, 10, 11, 12-year-old kid would want to see that. And also because it's, like, based on, like, you, like, unlocking something through skill. I think that was the biggest allure of all of these things.
Yeah, you're right.
Was that it's not like some code you enter. It's like you have to, like, do some incredible feat to get it. And so that challenge, I think, is what was so intriguing about a lot of
that was why I always thought that one of the best things that one of the things I didn't really like as a kid, the game GoldenEye, because I wasn't very good at first-person shooters.
Right.
But I appreciated the shit out of the fact that in GoldenEye, you had to unlock the cheats by being so good at the missions that you could complete them in certain amounts of time. Like, because then I was like, you know, like everyone got like paintball mode and like DK mode.
Paintball and DK combo, and then like just destroying a dead dude's head.
Yeah,
so that it was fully covered in paint.
That was fucking awesome.
It's a big head, so it was fucking a lot of colors going on there.
And it was smart too, because those are the ones that really, I mean, I guess that you can make the argument that DK mode helped because headshots were easier. But those were the cheats that didn't really matter that much. Like, you didn't affect gameplay that much, and they were the easiest. And then the ones that was like invincibility or like, you know, like unlimited ammo, those are the ones where you had to beat like, you know, like Temple or like the Frigate in like 5 minutes or something like something crazy.
And then those cheats were cool because then you could go explore the game.
Right.
You know, like you could go see like crazy shit. Oh, dude, you remember that like crazy like the hidden island on the dam level?
The hidden island on the... Oh, yeah, like you had to look across.
Like glitch over there and shit. And like you can see it normally with the sniper rifle. You can like zoom in across the dam and you can see it. And it was just some like unfinished area.
Yeah, dude, I remember the shit out of that. Well, that was another one of those game areas that they planned on making and then they didn't end up using.
Yeah.
Dude.
Which like you don't really see that in today's games as much.
Right.
Like now like everything's intentional.
Well,
and you don't see like glitch worlds and shit like that because like I feel like in these games you had to like hide code in like actual assets in the game.
Yeah. Well, I think the bigger... That's Dizzy Punch. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
So sexual looking.
Low punny?
Like her ass.
Are those boobies?
Naked going on.
Are those boobas?
Yeah. Zoom in on those boobas.
I don't want to look. Those look like hands. Those are her hands.
No, Dick. Those are boobas.
Those are the boobas.
And it looks like she's like covering them up with her little hands.
She's like guarding herself from us.
Fucking, if we win, she lays down and spreads it.
I don't want to see a Pokemon spread the legs, alright? I don't need that.
I don't even have to know. I don't even have to know to actually just know that shit's probably in existence. I don't have to have seen it to know that it exists. It's like
I'm
Jesus.
Sure it does. I'm sure it does. It's fucking Rule 34 Pokemon. Media Chan switch to...
That's psychic fighting, so don't send out Titan.
Oh wait. Why? No, that's good.
No, that's good. Fighting and steel I always have fucking problems with.
I feel so Titan's gonna do neutral. Neutral damage might be the best option for us here. I don't think anything... Although we could send out Papa Fresh and just try to beat his ass.
Brute force it.
Yeah, with strength.
Well,
with strength ability on a huge power, not modest. What's the one that we like? What the fuck is his type? What is adamant? Yeah, it's
fucking
adamant.
Hug power.
He's adamant. He's adamant, and he's fucking huge power. I'm gonna send him out and just strength the shit out of this guy.
All right, I'm excited to see how much or little damage this does.
how much or little we fail at this.
Dude, when you send out Papa Fresh, did you notice that it the ball animation?
Yeah, the net. Yeah, it's got the net. That's
awesome. Fucking sweet.
I know, isn't it? Every time, dude.
God, man. Dude, I love Pokemon games. Like, the beginnings, like, starting a new one in a generation is so neat.
Yeah.
Like, learning all the little, like, you know, before it gets too gimmicky. And, like, just the finer, small details in each generation.
Yeah. They've done a really good job. I mean, this generation was one of the ones that everyone kind of complained that they went a little too overboard with the gimmicks and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's still not a bad gen. I still don't mind it. All right, let's see.
I think that I mean, Gen 1, obviously, for being the first of its kind, is fantastic. And I loved Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
Like, that overall might be my favorite one.
Gold and Silver was great. Gold and Silver just took what we had and made it better.
I really liked the remake, like Fire Red and Leaf Green. Like,
I haven't played it all the way through.
Those are really good. Yeah, I'm doing a Nuzlocke I have it on my phone.
Okay.
And I'm like at the league, and I just haven't had the motivation to train to get in there.
Yeah,
that was the roughest part of our Emerald run, was that we had to take like a shit ton of time to train. All right, these are the last two guys, and I think have to fight them double.
Okay, well, guess what? We get to do that next time.
Oh, you guys are gonna be dead with your dumb hair.